Rockers Hawks fans, welcome back to the RE Coach Show, brought to our sponsor, Megan Sports Instruction. I'm here with Coach Park, Eli Medina, and Megan Krohn. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
Glad to be here.
So, Coach Park, your team has two great opportunities to play in front of two great crowds, with Thursday nights being Alumni night at the ball game against University of Indianapolis, and then Saturday is Hall of Fame game against McKendree. Can you talk about the keys of those games?
Yeah, I think the keys are going to be handling their outside shooting. Both teams shoot the ball very, very well. They're big, strong, physical teams, so we're going to have to play very, very tough basketball. Really going to have to block out, win the battle of the boards. It's going to be absolutely critical. And we're going to have to really cover some ground because both teams really run the floor. We're going to have to shoot it a little bit better, Ty. We haven't been shooting the ball very well. And I think we've been right down to the wire in games and just really have to relax more. I think our kids are really feeling the moment right now. They want to do well, and so they're really pressing. And my hope is that we can relax and understand that it's not all about the winning. You have to enjoy the process and working towards it, and then allow things to happen.
For sure. Hopefully, you get two great wins this week. And then we have two former players. Can you talk about how they were in players?
Well, I think the thing that brings to mind with me with both of these people is really two things. Number one was how much fun they were to be with. We just had a great time together. And years that I treasure, they were part of my first team here in the women's program. And I don't know if they feel the same way. I think they do. But, we laugh because we won 9 games, I think, with that team. I think that's what it was. But, I wouldn't change that year for anything. There was tremendous amount of closeness in the group. I think that we had some people that had some battle scars, so to speak, from their previous experiences. And I think these two people actually brought us a lot of positivity and also a feeling of togetherness and pulling people close. And then secondly, they're just great competitors. Mm-hmm. I've been around this a long time now, for almost 40 years, and you can count really on two hands the number of people that I would call really great competitors. And I think both of them would be counted on those two hands. So for me, they fit the real bill of why I got into coaching and why I've stayed in it is because of people like this.
Oh, that was great. Did you miss anything?
No, that was touching. Yeah, I know. I didn't know. Yeah.
So Eli, Megan, do you have any favorite memories or stories while you're being a Hawk and playing for Coach Park?
Of course. Do you want to go first?
You go ahead.
Okay. Well, a few that come to mind right off the bat. Actually, I had technically retired from college sports, I'd like to say, before I joined Rockhurst. So I was here as a grad student playing on the team, but I had retired, got a phone call from Coach Park, told him I was retired, said, you know what, just come in and meet me. And so, literally the very first time I walked through the doors into the gym, Coach Park has so much energy, walks right up to me, hey, Eli, how's it going? Good, nice to meet you, Larry Park. And his charisma, it was contagious. And I mentally thought, oh no, where do I sign? I'm in. So that was my first memory of you, and I will always think of you in that way, because it was just, you say we were positive, but you were also a very big positive person, big personality right off the bat. And so that was a big reason that I came here, and that continued through the next 2 years that I spent with you. And so we had a number of memories after that too.
Right, I believe it. And Megan?
So I, similar to what Eli said, I had played my first year at a junior college and blown out my knee within the first couple of weeks. And so, I kind of came to Rockhurst, not, what I felt like was really a second chance, a gift from God, because I didn't know at that time, a year prior, what the rest of my collegiate career would look like. And so, it was really, I'm really grateful for that blessing that I had the opportunity to come here and that it matched with your first season here. So one of my favorite things, I was trying to think about this last night, what I would say, and something I will always remember. This is gonna be a little bit funny. Every New Year, you'd come back and say, "I've got a New Year's resolution." no more foul language on the court.
That was hard for me.
It was hard. You didn't do very well.
No. I've grown since then.
You have grown since then. But you would move to this.
Cover my mouth, yes.
Yep, cover your mouth. But one of my best memories, specifically about you, I have to have a second one during your second year when we had the trip to St. Louis.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we
Yes.
the entire
You were there, weren't you?
men's and women's team got food poisoning. And on top of it, I booked that awful hotel
It was horrible.
and was never allowed to book a hotel again.
I mean, what are the odds the whole team will get
Oh,
food poisoning?
But both men's and women's.
Who was the person who had to run to the bathroom during the game?
That was me. Actually, I think I was still a player.
There was,
Oh,
I can't remember
that's crazy.
her name. One of the freshmen finally got a chance to go in and said no.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness.
No,
Yeah,
it was an
so
all-time classic,
we-
wasn't it?
We had some really great memories
Oh,
those
my
couple
goodness
years.
gracious. That was funny.
And then both of y'all have been successful with you in real estate and you in dentistry. Can you talk about how being a student athlete has helped you prepare for your careers?
I mean, I don't think anything could have helped prepare me for real life better than college sports. I mean, it's such a grind. The people who stick with it. I mean, and it really at any level, D1, D2, D3, NAI, it doesn't matter. If you're making that commitment and you're playing through those 4 years, you're practicing every day for 3 hours. You know, you have morning weights. Sometimes you've got, you know, especially basketball, that's a winter sport. You know, the rest of the school's home for a month on Christmas vacation and you might get 2 days off. And so you're away from your family over Christmas. There's just a lot of, it just makes you gritty. And so I think that can translate into any workplace. Yeah, I'm in real estate, so I'm in sales and marketing mostly, but I think it can apply to any business. And anytime we're hiring someone, I always look to see if they were a college athlete, because I think that really does make people stand out. Even if they don't have experience, I know that they're tough and they're competitive. So I can teach them what I need to teach them from there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so discipline, leadership skills. Those are probably the biggest two, and then truly coachability. So, you know, one of something I will always be grateful for to Coach Park is he cared about us as people, and where we went after the 4 years that we spent with him and with the team. And at the time, you may not appreciate it, but looking back a year, 2, 3, almost 10 years, well, it is 10 years now for me, 10 years later, that really matters, and that's why we stay in touch. But as it translates to, you know, a very difficult professional track, having the discipline to get up and do the things that you don't want to have to do for delayed gratification, I didn't learn that any other place than athletics. And then as it translates into now my executive side of a role in dental, being able to learn and to know what failure feels like, and to lead other people and then be coached in leading other people. Again, that all came from nowhere else except for athletics. So.
Well, and along those lines, I think it's really hard right now for people to understand that failure helps you learn how to succeed. And living testaments to that right here. The other thing is and I remember distinctly reaching out to you all on your last games and saying, yeah, I think it's imperative that you give back. And I don't know if you remember that, but I did. And I expected you guys to do that, and you've done that. And here you are. And that's appreciated because we try to help shape and form people. I mean, that's part of what we do. And to have you back is so gratifying for us because it means we hit pay dirt, right, so to speak. So people can be proud of what they've done here, I think, in that regard.
And then Megan, while your time at Rockhurst, do you have any favorite professors or classes you took?
Sure. Yeah. So two that I remember. Dr. Evans in physiology, and Dr. Salem in genetics. Both of those women are incredible professors, and I left both of those courses feeling like I could take on the next level of education, just through their encouragement, through, those classes were hard, and they pushed us to learn more and to do more, and how to think and how to learn on that next level. And so, honestly, I don't stay in touch with them as much as I do with the athletic program, but I will always think back on those two courses and professors, and grateful for what I learned in their classes.
Yeah, for sure. And then Eli, we're going to talk about alumni night. Why should alumni come out to these games, specifically Thursday night?
Yeah, well, first of all, my business partner and I, my dad, George, are sponsoring the event on Thursday, and we're both a really good time. So we know it's going to be a fun time here on Thursday night. In addition, we've been coming back for this game for, at least a handful of years, and it's always a fun way to see familiar faces, whether it's faculty, staff, people you've graduated with, and then just kind of a cool way to get to know the fresh faces on the team, and get to kind of watch from the other side, which, for the first 22 years of our life or whatever it was, we never knew that, being in the stands. And so it's cool to come and support Rockhurst just in a different way.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great time.
Yeah. Are you going to be there?
Of course.
Okay.
This has been the Are You Coach show. Remember to pop out for alumni night on Thursday night game. See you there, Hawks.
Go Chiefs! Oh.